Did Al Gore really claim that he invented the internet? Well, he didn't use the actual word invented. But like most politicians, Al suffers from an inflated sense of self and has to make sure others know the vital importance of his contributions to life. That requires an ability to stretch the truth a little, or sometimes a lot. For example, because he has to quote unquote save the planet from us man made global warming deniers, he has to ignore the fact that global cooling has been going on for several years due to diminished solar activity. Yes, global warming is caused by that giant yellow thing that shows up in the sky every day. If you don't believe me, find a spot in the sun without shade, clouds, or wind and tell me what happens. I'll give you a hint. You'll get warm, sometimes quite hot, even here in Kentucky. But I digress. What he actually said was, during my service in the United States Congress, I took the initiative in creating the internet. Well, in reality, he did have some peripheral connection to government involvement in the early stages of the internet, but he didn't create it, nor did he invent it. Now, sometimes taking credit for things we didn't do can make us the butt of jokes, like Al Gore, but sometimes it can have far worse consequences. For example, when a young Amalekite man came to David and took credit for killing Saul, even though he didn't, it seemed like a smart move, but was deadly instead. We've already seen how Saul, not wanting to be captured and tortured, took his own life by falling on his sword, 1 Samuel 31, verse 4. 2 Samuel chapter 1 follows that by revealing how this young Amalekite thought he would gain favor with David by taking personal credit for killing Saul, verses 2 through 10. For all his anger and frustration at Saul, though, David couldn't rejoice in his death, nor could he reward anyone who took credit for it. After weeping profusely because of the death of Saul and Jonathan, David asked a pertinent question. How is it you were not afraid to stretch out your hand to destroy the Lord's anointed? And then ordered the professed killer to be executed. 2 Samuel 1, verses 11 through 16. There are two very important lessons for us in this event. 1. Don't falsify the record and take credit for things we did not do. Honesty is more than the best policy, it is the only policy. An important principle to remember and apply at all times, but especially now while we're in the middle of tax season here in America. And 2, don't rejoice when others suffer, even if it is just and right. If we really want to embody the Spirit of Christ, we cannot laugh when others suffer. Instead, we must hurt when others hurt. That is the higher calling for God's people. The question is, will we hear it and obey? Well, thanks for watching today's Morning Minutes in the Bible. Until next time, this is James McClenny hoping you have a great day.